Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another weekly recap. In the weekly recap, I like to go over any news related to the old school RuneScape community this week. Now this week there actually is no official game update, however there's still quite a bit to talk about. With the upcoming release of the new A Kingdom Divided quest, clans, Phosani's Nightmare, and the Theater Blood hard mode, there's just a lot of information that we need to go over. As always, we're also going to be going over the weekly Q&A live stream and anything else related to the old school RuneScape community. Anyway guys, let's get started. Alright, so yesterday we got the big reveal for A Kingdom Divided, a new quest coming this June. Now, A Kingdom Divided is going to be a brand new quest coming to the Kourend region, and is going to tie together all of the existing storylines in Kourend. Now, to be able to start the quest, you need to have done Client of Kourend, the Depths of Despair, the Queen of Thieves, the Ascent of Arceus, the Forsaken Tower, the Tale of the Righteous, and the Architectural Alliance. In addition to the quest, you're also going to need 54 Agility, 52 Thieving, 52 Woodcutting, 50 Herblore, 42 Mining, 38 Crafting, and 35 Magic. Now the main reward for completing A Kingdom Divided is of course going to be having access to new Arceus spells, and I'm not really sure how many of the existing ones are going to be made available without the quest, but I'm sure the grand majority of the more useful ones will require A Kingdom Divided to be completed. You're also going to get 2 quest points, a 10,000 experience lamp, which of course we all know is going right into rune crafting, access to a new Kourend castle respawn point, that's actually very nice, and 20 additional quest memoirs charges. Now they also released a trailer with the reveal, which I think is fairly well produced. It definitely has me hyped for the quest. Now that is all the information we have for A Kingdom Divided. However, one really interesting tidbit of information, something I am personally extremely excited about, is actually hidden here in the competition section. And I'm not going to read through all of it because it's just another Jagex competition. However, one really interesting thing here is that to help you get creative, we will be making the Oculus Orb available to everyone with the game update on May 19th. Now, if you guys don't know what the Oculus Orb is, essentially it gives you a free cam that allows you to get really cinematic shots. It's very similar to detached camera mode in RuneLite, however there actually are a few extra benefits to using it that the regular detached camera mode doesn't have. So I am really excited to pick that one up. You'll be able to get it just from Diango and Drainer Village, and I guess now it's stable enough for anybody to use it. So I'm really excited for this new quest, and we should be getting it next month. Now this week we got some extremely exciting news on the clan system, that being that it's probably going to be coming this month. Now this was initially teased by Mod Ash just a few days ago, stating that part of the permissions menu from the old school RuneScape clan update that is due later this month. Here you can see a few options for the clan chat's channel. If it's open to guests, you can restrict what kind of guests may join. So of course the permissions panel, very nice. However, the main takeaway here is that clans is going to be coming in May. So now skipping forward to May 11th, we got a new blog post called Clans, Pre-Registration, and Next Steps. Now pre-registration for clan names are now closed, and part of the reason why there is no game update this week is because they'll be using that time to test and tweak the clan system. Now for the next game update on May 19th, they expect it to be a soft launch for clans. So after May 19th, you'll be able to see the clans panel in-game, however you won't be able to use it currently as it will be disabled. However, provided that everything goes smoothly, the clan system will fully launch on May 26th. The fact that it's actually finally releasing, very exciting. I mean, we've been waiting for this for a long time. And of course, with the new clan system, that means Group Ironman can't be too far away at this point. With all of the major infrastructure changes and code reworks, I would expect Group Ironman will probably be coming out in the near future. And now for clan leaders who have applied for a pre-registered name, essentially the way it will work, if they approve your application, they will send you a message in the message center inbox of the RuneScape account that you applied on. That will include some details, including an invite link to a Discord, where you'll have to meet up in person to be assigned your clan leader name. So that is it for clans. Personally, I'm very hyped for clans, but I'm obviously biased because, well, I have a clan. But even for the individual player, there's a lot going on in the back end that I think will really improve OSRS as a whole, and will pave the way for future content updates. Now, in addition to clans and A Kingdom Divided, there's also a few new changes made to the Phosani's Nightmare poll blog. Now, one of the first major changes is that the new Nightmare Teleport offering is now going to be only available from Phosani's Nightmare. Previously, you could get it from both with a higher weighting towards Phosani's Nightmare. However, now it'll be exclusive to Phosani. Now, as far as how you actually obtain the teleport, that is also now in contention. They're giving a brand new offering that would now include both having the teleport available via the Dragon's Medallion. However, they're also adding in another option that would be an untradeable teleport scroll, kind of similar to Cerberus. Now, some people thought that the teleport location was a bit too close, so now there's an additional option that would put the teleport in the Graveyard of Sleep instead of in the Sisterhood Sanctuary. Now, finally here, even though the existing Scythe redesign has already passed a poll, they want to actually add in an additional recolor based on a very popular Reddit thread. This one would kind of be a bloodier, darker rework based more on the vampire lore than one of the gods, and I believe their current plan is to add in both of them. Now finally here at the bottom, there's actually 2 additional poll questions regarding the Arceus spellbook, even though that is already all passed and probably is well into its designing phase already. Jagex wants to make an additional change to the new Thrall system. Now the way it's currently being proposed is the new resurrection spell allows you to summon 3 different types of Thralls. At level 38 magic, you can resurrect a ghost, which does magic damage. At level 57, you can resurrect a skeleton that does range damage. And at level 76, you can resurrect a zombie that does melee damage. However, that is kind of restrictive because if the monster you're fighting can only take magic damage, then you have to use the lower level one, which is just objectively worse. So they're proposing a change to how the resurrection spells work by giving each tier 3 individual spells instead of 1. Everything would remain unchanged, however you'd be able to choose which combat style each of the thralls have, making it a bit more flexible. And with that, that is all of the main game news that we have this week. Alright, another interesting additional piece of information that was revealed this week is actually the Temporos drop rates. Now the notable drop rates here are Temporos, which is a 1 out of 8,000. Now that's not 1 out of 8,000 per game, but per reward certificate that you turn in. So you get like 4 or 5 per game often, which I think means that Temporos pet is like 100 to 150 hours, something like that. The Dragon Harpoon is also a 1 out of 8,000. The Tackle Box and Fish Barrel, both 1 out of 400. The Tome of Water is a 1 out of 1,600. And the Giant Swordfish thing is 1 out of 1,600 as well. Now in addition to that, RuneLite also released an update yesterday, just a few minor tweaks here. Now there has been a bit of a change to how the low detail mode works. For example, in the Hallowed Sepulchre, in the regular client you're able to see floors below you, which can add in quite a bit of extra processing power. So if you have low detail mode on, the floors below you will now just be black, which will give full processing power to your toaster. So obviously thanks again to RuneLite for constantly updating their free client. Alright, so finally guys, we have a few questions from this week's Q&A. Now, most of them are related to A Kingdom Divided, so we're going to pull any of the interesting questions from that. Now, first up here, is A Kingdom Divided the last quest in the series? Actually, no, it's probably just getting started. This is hopefully the beginning of many more to come. Obviously, they are going to be working on other quest lines in between it, but they do have plans for future quest lines in Kourend. Now, during the Q&A, they have a nice little reveal of an upcoming Shazian house rework. And they are ideally hoping to rework all of the houses in Kourend. The next one is going to be Shazian, and then most likely after that is going to be Piscarillius, and then Arceus and Lovakenge at the same time. Does A Kingdom Divided require you to leave Kourend? No, it does not, so if you are a Kourend-locked Ironman, you may still be in luck. How long will A Kingdom Divided take? Hard to give a definitive answer, but probably about an hour. It's going to be kind of similar to A Sins of the Father. Is there going to be a hard boss in A Kingdom Divided? Well, that will kind of depend on the player. There is combat, so hardcore Ironman beware. Which storyline will be worked on after A Kingdom Divided? Now, we got a cryptic answer saying that they're going to be announcing that soon, which is going to be part of the summer announcement. So one thing we can definitely glean from that is there are going to be some new quests coming with that announcement. And finally here, when can we see Valemore? Well, they think they're probably a way off that. They still have to deal obviously with Kourend, and there are of course still also unfinished areas of the map like the desert, which they want to tackle first. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for the weekly recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you do, always appreciate a like on the video. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Now before I go here, as always, I want to give a massive thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. A huge thank you to Brian Robinson, Cappy, Colin Corley, Timothy Chen, Guy Fox, Valhalla Lad, Ocelot, and Kush Patel for all subscribing at the Dragon tier of YouTube membership. Thanks again, guys. Also, big thank you to Yo-Yo Sub 89, Clack Clack, Need My Pills, Branton Griffin, All Things Gaming, Birdbot, and Base Titch for all being subscribed. at the Reunite tier. Thanks again. As always, if you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You can get access to my video release schedule, be immortalized in any of my future videos, and of course get a custom role in my Discord server. Thanks again guys, and I'll see you next time.